So, welcome to this new episode of The Rumble. I'm going to talk to my guest today who is in the field of education, and that's something that, people can never get tired of. No matter how much you talk about education, there's still more to be talked about it. And this gentleman is Fredy. So, welcome to the show, Fredy.
Welcome.
Fredy Fernando, right?
Yes.
Okay, your company is called eKids
Solution Private Limited.
Okay, eKids Solution. So it's basically the E is not for electronics, but it's for education.
Education,
all right.
yes.
So education, kids. All right, sounds a novel concept.
Yeah.
So the essence of what you're doing, from what I understood from the little conversation we had earlier, is that you're teaching kids spoken English. That's the sum and substance of it.
Yeah.
So how did this arrive in your head? There's a business opportunity.
Yeah. Today, if you talk about school education, 80% of schools are in that middle class level schools.
Okay.
And every parents want their children to speak good English.
Okay.
The communication is very important,
Yes.
apart from their academic performance.
Yes.
But the ground reality is different.
Mm-hmm.
The students who are studying English medium school, where the parents are not speaking good English, they are struggling to speak English.
Yeah. In fact, they just don't even speak it. They don't even try.
Yeah, maybe. However, when you look at that, when we start this company for exclusive for kids, we realize a lot of potential for training the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Because today the equilibrium is the students are fast learners,
Okay.
the teachers are not up to the mark.
Teachers will actually stop learning.
Yeah, stop learning. So what we understand from the ground reality is we need to train the teachers to bring the best outcome. So we innovated a new concept called train the trainer, test the learner. Today every institution, a big institution or corporate institution, have the techniques of training the teacher, training the executives and all. But there is no mechanism of what you achieve, what are the outcome of the training is.
You can't determine how effective it has been.
Yes.
Okay.
So when we go to the market, we tell the school management, look, you need a brand for your school, and all the teachers or student has to speak good English. And they tried many different models like grammar-based English, and they appointed exclusive English-speaking teachers to bring them up. But it didn't work. It never worked in future also. The reason is two teachers cannot make the things happen.
When you say two teachers,
Two teachers who is good in English
okay,
cannot bring the whole system to speak good English.
all right, okay.
And
Even it's not enough.
Not enough.
Okay.
So because the concept of English medium school is all subjects at during the school hours has to taught in English.
Yes.
So the listening skill and the speaking skill have the direct proportional. My speaking skill is going to be your listening skill. Your listening skill is going to be your speaking skill. Nothing else. No grammar, nothing. Okay. When we learn our mother tongue, no one teach you grammar.
True, like children, they just pick it up automatically.
Then after that we spoke. Okay. So same way we want to make sure that teacher have to have proper reading skill. The reading skill not just like reading the text like this word by word. You have a group of words, the intonation, syllabus, pause, how to group words, all kind of technical things is there. We are not experts in English. We can say we are not expert, but we have the techniques to bring the outcome. Today, all the schools which are incorporate our curriculum, the concept, all the students are speaking with high quality English.
Okay.
And the reading skill, and also you can see that through our website you can see the students' performance. That's
you have something on YouTube somewhere.
Yes.
What should one type in to see it?
Yeah, just
say
go
eKids?
to just type eKids will come, or you can go
And
to
then you see it.
you can go
So
to
essentially, what did you put in the YouTube? What was the clip? What does it show?
Sorry, we have different phases because bringing the skill is not an overnight job.
Yes.
Okay, first we bring them a proper reading skill, and then there's the communication, the dialogue skill. And earlier and all the dialogues and all, you can't, the skip play and all, people used to give the dialogues and memories and vomit and all kind of things happen. For us, we don't agree that one. It is naturally has to come out. And you have to create a mechanism, create a new methodology, and that methodology the student has to imbibe.
Okay.
First thing is, most important thing is you look at that one, I can say an example. You want to consider a building. You are the owner and the architect. And the owner, I have money, and I have the architect design the skill. And I have a Pakka architect, and what is the end result? We know. We are visualizing.
Yeah.
Okay. And that we need construct the building, and we need masonry and workers and everything.
Workers,
but we need not depend on them. We can use them properly, and we can use as per our plan. We can use them, and while the process going on, the people who come from outside, they look at only the skeletons you can see.
Okay,
they don't visualize.
So basically, you are just trying to utilize these people to the best of their capabilities.
Yes, we should know.
Okay.
We can't depend on them. We should have the capability. We should know how to use them properly, and that way we can move forward. And by the time we need to show some results, it's a long-term process. I can't wait at school. Okay, you wait for 3-4 years.
Most of the time, it is said that children don't learn a language properly because they're not used to speaking it. It's just something that is thrown at them, and they're just sitting there getting bombarded by some teacher, and they don't have the opportunity to really use the skills. So is that one of your main techniques of making them learn, make them speak it?
Yes. If you look at that, if you go to any school, most of the time the students are listeners.
Yes.
And the teacher is repeating subject which they don't like it.
Okay.
So psychologically, when you don't
they're
like
already
the subject,
rejecting it.
Yeah. And we did a lot of research on this before coming to the market. We did extensive research, and we found that the first period in the morning, when the teacher take a new subject, only 7 to 8% is reaching out.
Okay, you mean 7 to 8% of what he's saying is registered by the students?
They are hearing. Every child is hearing what the teacher, but it reaching out to the mind is only 7 to 8%.
Okay, the rest of them are wandering around.
Yes, and everyone feel, oh, I'm not listening. My neighbor friend is listening, so he may learn.
Okay.
And everyone thinks like that. The second period comes, the dropouts.
And throughout the day, it keeps diminishing?
Yes. Afternoon is 0. It's very difficult.
So afternoon might as well be called sleeping period.
Yes, that's as well. Whatever, instead of teaching anything, let them play and do the work. There's no need.
So the teaching ability is over by noon.
It's over.
Okay, that's something new. I wish my teachers knew that. They used to make us sit in class all day.
Yeah, when I learned, when I studied the same, I did the same thing. I present this classroom, but my mind is not there.
Yeah. Okay.
So we found something that interesting that in that area, if you are not constant in that area, definitely will affect your speaking skill. Because we agreed one thing that the listening skill is going to be impact on the speaking skill. That's why deaf and dumb. If a person have a deaf hearing problem, definitely they have a speaking problem. So when they're not hearing properly, when they're hearing
wrong,
hearing
it wrong, you speak it wrong.
Yes, that's the reason. So we fine-tune the teachers how to pronounce properly and how to use the words together. And all things we'll teach properly, and then it has to be incorporated in the system when they're reading the textbook. And we have a separate team to evaluate students. So I said earlier, we train the trainers, test the learners. When I test the learners, then only I come to know how effectively the teacher grasps from our side, and how effectively they transform.
Okay.
If anything wrong here, definitely it affects children. So train that. The test the student is very, very key important.
So it's like they say in the computer age, garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
So if you don't train yourself properly, you are not able to pass it on.
We have very scientific data analysis methodology, and recently we got that award for that best global assessment service provider for that. And it's very unique. And
so what do? You analyze what the student has
we analyze the pronunciation, the body language, how quickly the words are coming out. The most important thing is how to intake vocabulary without memorizing. Today, the school system believes one thing: memorize everything, vomit on the paper, and you score marks. Right. And your intellectual will be tested based on how much mark you scored, based on how much you memory power. So we are testing the students' their memory power, not the knowledge power.
Okay,
that's very clear.
All right.
So now what we are saying? Okay, now. If I give without vocabulary, you can't speak a single word, either Tamil or English or Malayalam, whatever language you speak, without vocabulary, you can't speak.
Yeah, you need words. You need words.
So when you intake the words into your memory, and when you write down, it goes off, vanish, vomit. Let's say I can say memorizing and vomiting. Once you vomited, you can't take it back.
Yeah.
That's the reason when the students coming out of the exam, we ask the same question, they won't get the answer.
Because he's said
it's gone. When you write the exam, it's gone.
Okay.
So now most challenging part is how to imbibe the vocabulary in your subconscious mind. For any speaking language, whether Tamil or English or any language, French, whatever it is, intaking vocabulary in your subconscious mind. When you open your mouth, the word should come out from your subconscious mind. It should not come out from your memory. If it's come out from memory, then it will be translation, this and that will come. Then automatically the other nerve system comes in place. Finished. You start and you struggle with memorizing, and that's what is going to create the translation. Everything comes Tamil to English. Then
it doesn't come out naturally.
Yes. So to avoid all the things, we need to intake the vocabulary.
So what do? Do you make them learn new words every day, or is just chucked at them and then they absorb some they won't absorb?
One thing you have to understand: if you teach English, they won't speak English.
Okay.
They will take English as a subject. When we come to the business, when we come to the school level, we do say, okay, don't learn anything in English. Whatever you know English is enough to speak. It's only the fine-tuning effort.
So it's basically you mean use whatever little bit you know.
Yes, enough.
You're not here in the business of just acquiring a huge vocabulary and say the verb and adverb and all that nonsense which just goes.
90% of the words are repeated again and again every page.
That's true.
Only 10% you have to concentrate. The 10% of vocabulary, even if you use it, other people may not understand.
True.
So your communication skill again is a big problem. So you should use the word, very simple word, very straightforward words. It has to reach out to the public.
Okay.
And with confidence. So we are mainly focused on the pronunciation technique. Because I would like to tell an example. If you look at that, the students who pronounce kicked, they kicked. They say pronounce kicked. Even I met a lot of teachers. They said, you are speaking good English. You are saying kick. But why your children are speaking kicked, mixed, played like that? I said, yes sir, we are also tired of a lot, but they are saying yes, yes, yes. And they are not coming out.
So when they come to speaking, they go back to the old ways.
Yeah. Then first we try to understand why the child is speaking like that. Even though the teacher speaks good English, when she says kicked, the students are. Then there are two reasons behind that. One is there's a very strong grammatical written English in his mind.
All right. Okay.
One first phase. The second thing is the language you are the Tamil or any local language.
So this sort of problem doesn't exist when they learn their mother tongue. They're automatically speaking correctly.
I'll come to the point more elaborately. I'll explain to you. Suppose if you are saying, okay, if you say Kicked.
Yeah.
When you write, you put ed. When you say kicked, you're not going to concentrate on the ed background. Suppose the child is writing Kickd instead of ed, will you give the mark?
You won't, because the spelling is wrong.
So the child is now thinking, my teacher is wrong. When she's writing Kicked. When he speaks,
It's kicked.
So the confusion starts. So now everyone follow what their mind says. It's not other people are not going to influence you. It's your own mind is going to dictate you. So the children mind is dictating themselves. No, it's wrong. Because when I write Kickd, the teacher is not giving any mark.
But that's what his pronunciation is that
so
way.
the confusion starts.
Okay. So should we go and set
no
fire to the
matter
English language?
no matter how many times you are saying yes, this is the way, it never works. So we come up with a solution. It's like when you go Tamil or any Indian languages, we start with the low pitch and ends with high pitch. That's what I'll tell you the reason. That we have three types of English.
Yeah, I had something interesting to say about pitching. I mean, how do you pitch get into that?
Yeah. So we have got three types of English in terms of the reading and speaking skills. One is like BBC style or CNN style.
Okay.
And another one is Indian style.
Yeah.
And another Tanglish style.
Okay.
Tamil style. So look at when you look at that BBC channel or CNN channel, they say Prime Minister Manmohan Singh met the president, like that they say. But the same word, same sentence will be spoken by
Indian channel.
The Indian channel. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh met the president. The same word, the Tanglish way, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh met the president.
Oh, so your own
native
languages
things
are...
is impact is also.
Okay.
So we are pushing hard the English in international language.
Okay.
So we are pushing hard. You speak high frequency, high pitched words, everybody. So the same thing if you apply here, automatically ed will get silenced. So the techniques of phonetics it's not teaching phonics. The techniques of phonetics is very important. We are well versed in that way. Like this, several words, several things is there. We are engaged the student to speak, read high profile English.
Is this why the Chinese, for example, their entire English-speaking style is modeled more on the American thing rather than their own style or our style or British style? They've decided that this style where they say kicked and I would say American because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But maybe you have a point when you say it's not American, but that's the way it should be said.
Yeah.
And that's what they've decided to do. They've decided to remove the influence of Chinese.
See, the Chinese language problem, when you meet any Chinese, when they speak, it's very difficult to understand what they're talking about. But when you are in the global market, when you are in the commercially, if you meet American or the international accent, English is very, very important. So that's it, they're bypassing those stuff and straight away going for this kind of slang. So if the Chinese, all over the world, they're ruling, all the products are made in China.
Yeah.
When they come and they sell their product, they need to have a common platform English slang.
Okay.
So it's not, you can say it's wrong, it's right what they say. They picked up nicely. Because when you now BPOs is there, and every today is India is a global village. The world is a global village. You have to meet different people. So we need to have a common accent things which are only accepted by commercially accepted by many people. Even we learn English from British more than 100 years. But do we speak like British?
No, we don't.
Then when it comes to English, we talk about you are not following British English. You are not following. When it comes to written, yes, what you're saying is correct. It's slang. Even now we are saying Tanglish, then Manglish and Tenglish, and everyone will that. Then there is no creed for this.
There's no standardization in the language.
Yes, we want to fix it in, and we want to say that village students has to pick up this slang and style. It gives them more confidence.
So basically, you're trying to say that don't let your native language, your mother tongue influence the way you speak English. Let that be one standard form.
Yes,
that's what you're trying to do. But many parts of the world, they appreciate these little variations. Like you have people from the Caribbean, they'll say, yo, morning, man. They have their own style, but it's accepted. We Indians are a little ashamed of our Indian accent.
We always appreciate other, we don't appreciate ourselves.
Maybe.
Okay,
or maybe we got too many variations within India. Punjabi English, Tamil English, Malayalam English. So,
but look at that, the professional people who talk. It's not there. They speak professional good English.
Well, that's because they have assumed a neutral accent. It is neither slanting towards Indian languages, nor is it slanting towards the British way, because that's not natural to us. So there's a new language which has been created. So is that standard English that we are trying to teach?
Yeah. We are also bringing the standardized on this. I never been to US. And none of my staff have been to US. So we understand one thing. You have to speak English with high-pitched word. That is a fundamental. It's standardized. No matter whether you follow British, English, or British, or American, or Scandinavian, or anything, whatever it is, that is not an issue. The issue is very simple. You have to talk high-pitched English. That's the main thing. When you start speaking high-pitched English, automatically this also will going to reflect.
I'm not very clear on what you mean by high-pitched. When you mean pitch as in pitch your language, your voice higher, or you're just talking more emphasis?
They're more emphasis on this. Now say the K sound, kick.
How would it be said in Tamil English?
Kicked.
Okay, so you say you're ketatal.
Say now, let's say now you are running a school, sir. I am an outsider. You have trained your children proper English, grammatical based English. And one of your students came out. I'm just asking them, hey man, what have you done? He said, sir, I played football. I kicked the ball, went to the goal, I scored. Is there anything wrong in the grammatical aspect?
No, perfect.
But how do you rate the school?
Yeah, well, it's not English. It's not English the way internationally spoken.
Yes, but he speaks very good grammatical English. Yeah. But the way is the same way when people say, sir, we played football, I kicked the ball, went the goal, I scored. The next question will be, oh man, which school are you studying now? So your accent is going to differentiate your English ability, not the grammatical aspect. Okay. The grammatical aspect will be measured based on what you are going to write down. Maybe we have that public speaking skill. When you go for public speaking, you have to use proper English.
Yeah. True.
When you go to conversation, that grammatical normal English, you need not go there from that way.
So I think the chosen field where you are in, I think there's so much of opportunity in India because we have got Bengali English, we have got Tamil English, Odia English, Punjabi English, Gujarati English. So maybe somebody like you and what you're starting now may just standardize the English that we speak in this country.
That's my vision.
That's the whole idea.
I'm just really working hard. And now I'm bringing a lot of videos. Again, if you go to my website, you can see a lot of videos from different schools, remote villages where the schools have no infrastructure at all. They are speaking very high quality English.
Fredy, this is truly something amazing. Yeah. And I hope you really keep on with it and go and get a lot of people to speak the way the international market wants us to hear.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well done. Thank you very much.